The mysterious characters from Lockwood & Co. leave a lot to the imagination, but are their personal and romantic lives just as complicated as the show? Ruby Stokes plays the lead on the show, Lucy Carlisle, and interestingly, Lucy has psychic abilities, and because of it, she ends up joining forces with two boys and founding their very own ghost-busting team. We see Lucy struggling to find a job in the city, but she still looks like a teenager. But in reality, Ruby Stokes playing Lucy is 22 years old, and has even worked in the first two seasons of Bridgerton as Francesca Bridgerton. A lot like her character on the show, the love life of Ruby seems to be pretty still. There's not much information about her dating history, and she stays pretty private on her Instagram. In fact, she's never been spotted hanging out with anyone. So it's pretty clear that Ruby is single, and trying to put all of her focus on work for now. Cameron Chapman, who plays the iconic character of Anthony Lockwood, who stays mysteriously calm during paranormal investigations. His character might come off as rude, but in reality, he just likes to stay in his own aura. Lockwood is the founder of Lockwood & Co., and there's a possibility of romance between him and Lucy in the upcoming seasons. Despite having a rather mature and composed personality, Anthony Lockwood looks like a teenager, but in reality, Cameron is also 22 years old, like Lucy, and surprisingly, Lockwood & Co. is his debut project in acting. When it comes to having a relationship, Chapman hasn't publicly announced anything and doesn't give us much insight about his love life on Instagram either. So, according to latest reports, he is single, but there is still a possibility of a secret relationship that he doesn't want to make public. Ali Haji Heshmati is the mind behind the character of George Karim. George is the researcher in the Lockwood & Co. agency, and he likes to be prepared before making any bust. Also, he's the one making all the plans and putting his life in danger for the team. George is around 17 on the show, but in real life, Ali Haji is around 23, although some sources also claim his age to be 20. After all, he does look very young and vibrant. Lockwood & Co. isn't his first project, as Ali made a debut in the industry back in 2012 with Bad Education. George is kind of an oddball on the show and doesn't have a relationship. However, in reality, it was reported that Ali Haji was having a secret affair with an anonymous co-star from Bad Education. But since then, there hasn't been much information about his dating history, and it's unclear if he's still dating anyone. Morven Christie plays the character of Penelope Fitz, who owns the most reputed paranormal agency in all of London. The Lockwood & Co. team is not just inspired, but also intimidated by her. These two agencies also come face to face on more than one occasion, but Penelope's character surely takes the lead in experience. On the show, Morven's character is rather mature, and she actually is 41 years old, so she was able to resonate with her character properly. Morven is not just a famous actress, but she's also very talented, and was even nominated for a BAFTA Scotland Award for the Best Actress category. When it comes to the love life of Morven, things have been quite bumpy for her, as she started off with dating the famous director Scott Graham. They even got married in 2012, but things didn't work out between the two and they got divorced in 2015. Then she met a musician, Lane Cook, back in 2017, and the two have been together ever since and are living in the same house in Glasgow. Ivano Jeremiah plays the rule-following cop whose duty is to oversee the ghost hunting agencies of London. He often gives a hard time to Lockwood & Co. because of their unconventional methods of hunting, but eventually gives them a clean chip. Ivano is a very mature adult on the show, and in real life, he's 33 years old, although we got to say that he looks a lot younger than that. Lockwood & Co. isn't his first project, as he's already been part of big productions like Doctor Who and Humans. He has worked with some of the top female actresses, but there is hardly any scandal or rumour of his affair. He only has one post on Instagram and has never spoken about his personal life. So there's a chance that he could be in a serious relationship, but he wants to keep his personal life away from the spotlight. Rhianna Doris plays the character of Kat Goodwin, who also has psychic abilities like Lucy, but Kat is working for Fitz Agency and is a teammate of Quill Kipps. She has the power to hear the trauma of ghosts, and because of it, she could also locate them quite easily. Kat is also a direct rival to Lucy. Rhianna is a very young actress, and that's why her character suits her too. She's 20 years old as of 2020 and has worked on a whole lot of successful projects. The Secret Life of Boys is one of her successful shows. Getting towards her love life, Rhianna Doris is most likely to be single because there really is no information available on her past or present relationships. She was seen attending multiple screenings with Angus Imrie, and there were some relationship rumours too, but as it turns out, Angus is also single and isn't planning on dating anyone for now. Paddy Holland is the rival of George on the show, and his character Bobby Vernon isn't just quirky but also very bookish. He likes to do his research and makes elaborate plans, a lot like George, and the only difference is that he works for Quill Kipps and often throws shade at George. Paddy is still quite young in comparison to all the other actors on the show. He's only 18 and his character character also looks quite nerdy and innocent, which sits well with his age. His brothers are also actors, and he debuted back in 2015 with the movie Tweet, which is still considered a great comedy movie. When it comes to his dating life, Paddy isn't publicly dating anyone because he's quite young and currently working in several projects, so he might be busy too. There is no information about his past relationships either. Jack Bandera is the biggest rival of Lockwood & Co. and is often seen messing with them. The two agencies compete against each other for the same gigs quite often. Although Jack's character, Quill Kipps, is very cunning and competitive, he also is quite efficient. On the show, Jack is seen competing with teenagers while his real age is 28. However, he doesn't look a day over 20 on the show. Jack has been in the industry for quite a while now and worked in projects like Silent Witness and My Policeman. Although Jack has romanced several actresses on screen, he still hasn't made his own relationship public. There is no trace of a possible girlfriend on Instagram either, and he doesn't really talk about his family or relationships. It is pretty clear that he wants to stay away from the limelight and focus on his work. Hayley Canadu played the quirky character of Flo Bones. She collects relics that are haunted, which is a very dangerous job, so she has to stay on the run and couldn't live a normal life. Flo is also a former member of Lockwood & Co., so she often helps them with finding some precious but haunted artifacts. Hayley looks like a 20-year-old on the show, but in reality, she's 32 years old, which is very shocking. Interestingly, this isn't the first big project that Hayley has worked on, because she previously was a part of Marvel Cinematic Universe, as she played Tifnut's avatar in Moon Knight. Her love life isn't half as complicated as her character, because she isn't dating anyone at present. There were rumors in the past that she's hanging out with one of her co-stars from Imperfect, but she has never confirmed or denied these rumors. As of now, Hayley is single and blooming in her career. Luke Treadaway plays the villain on the show and has great command over black magic and dark arts. He performs high-risk tasks to get bigger rewards and poses quite a challenge to Lockwood & Co. Luke actually fits the character of a gnarly villain so well, and his costumes are also pretty iconic through the show. He looks quite young on the show as he continues to annoy Lockwood and the team, but he's actually 38 years old. Besides, Luke is a very famous actor who has worked in several projects like Unbroken and Fortitude. He's so good of an actor that he has won an Olivier Award for being Best Actor. Luke Treadaway has been rumored to be in relationships with several celebs in his career. However, he's now settled with his long-term girlfriend, Ruta Gedmintas. The two met in 2011 and have been together ever since. Ruta is also an actress, and the duo remain inseparable till date. Ben Crompton plays Julius Winkman on the show, who's not only wicked, but also does some pretty shady stuff. He not just deals with relics illegally, but also auctions them, and Lockwood & Co. cross his path several times. Ben is 49 years old, and he's kind of a big deal because he previously worked in shows like Game of Thrones. He does look very young for his age, even in the show. When it comes to his love life, Ben met Liv Laurent decades ago and has been married to her since 2008. The couple also have 2 children and remain the power couple in the industry. So, which one of these characters is your favorite from Lockwood & Co? Tell us in the comments, and thanks for watching.